Um, Hello, dear students. I welcome you all to today's session, and it has been great interacting with you all these days. A lot of students are attending the online sessions, so that makes the interactions more good. Keep interacting, keep asking questions. I would be more happy if you ask questions in the online sessions. That would be great. So one suggestion that I had got today, I most welcome it, students, and every chapter that I'll be starting now, I'll be telling you the name of the chapter as well as the name of the topic. The topic, of course, is there. I mean, displayed when I start the session, but I'll be telling it also. We are doing right now. We are in the fourth topic, topic 4.1, where we are talking about the factories coming up. How did the factories come up and what was the mode of these factories? How did it work? And what was the manufacturing process? We will be talking about all these in the upcoming topic. So this is topic 4. We have already done in the last video. You might have seen that we have done the early entrepreneurs. We came to know about some of the names, some of the entrepreneurs. I have already explained. These are the people, these are the businessmen who are ready to invest money in any kind of a business. Okay, they feel proud and they feel happy in investing any business, because when you do any business, the one thing that is very important is that, children, you never know that the business that you are investing in money, you should be ready to take all the loss also and profit. Gain or loss, it hardly matters to the entrepreneurs invest in the business regardless of thinking about the profit or the loss. Now these Indians who had gained a lot of money after trading with China, just see, many Indians became players in this trade, providing finance, procuring supplies. Who were these people? There was Bengal mein, there was Dwarka Nath Tagore. Then in Bombay, many Parsi communities were there. Dinshaw Petit, Jamshedji, Nasarwanji Tata. Okay, so Tatas, Birlas, you can understand that how old these business groups are. Today they are very established people, very respectable business people in the country. It didn't happen in a day or two. It had taken century. Okay, हम किस समय की बात कर रहे हैं? We are talking of 1830s and 1840s. So the business groups which have come up, all these business groups that are working in India, that are doing business in India and are very well known people, they once upon a time, they have really done lot of hard work. Not they, I mean the forefathers, the grandfather's father, the kind of efforts that they have taken, it have taken their business to such a topmost level. Okay, children. Now they were involved in lot of business where they got connected with the British, and in a very short span. Now what had happened is the time had come when the Britishers were understanding that surviving in India without the help of Indians was not possible. Getting the people from Britain, making them work here, you know, if they are getting someone from Britain, yeah, they have to do all the arrangements for them. रहने का खर्चा, खाने का खर्चा, their salary, apart from that, the salary also they would be getting. So all these things were problematic and they did not want to get into this. Okay, so that is here. Capital was G.T. Birla, Tata, all these people names are there. Just go through the names once. The previous video I have already discussed it. These people, I mean the Indian entrepreneurs, the business that they were doing, they were guided by the British companies. Okay, doing the business in, because by India mein business kar rahe hain, so there is an Indian way. There has been a traditional way of doing the business. And Britishers did not want that. Britishers wanted the business to happen in their way. जैसा वो चाहते हैं, that kind of a business they wanted. Okay. So some of the business groups which were there, who were guiding the Indians, it is mentioned here. Okay. Birds, Hyler and Company, Andrew Yule, Jardine, Skinner and Company, and all these. Now, industries that were established. Now we are starting topic 4.2. Children, I would be making it very clear the topics that we would be doing. Topic 4.2, where did the workers come from? Who were, because factories are there, na? So factories are established. So the good number of people are needed in these factories. Got it? So the workers who were working in these factories, where did these workers come from? The demand for workers was increasing day by day. Okay. And just see the number of workers. 1901 mein there were 5,84,000 workers. Okay, children, please remember this numbers. If you have a pen and a paper, please note it down. That the number of workers in the factory. Okay, make your own simple notes ना, एक एक लाइन का है, अपने आप लिख लोगे, ज़्यादा अच्छे से याद हो जाएगा. Got it? So from the book also, then you don't need to go into the book. When you read this topic, you will be very sure कि हाँ, ma'am had already told that I have to mark this, I have to write down this line, that is 1901, 5,84,000 workers were working in the factories. By 1946, just see the number of workers in the factories. 24,36,000. कहाँ 5 lakh and 24 lakh. Look at the number. I think it's 5 times it has increased. तो कहाँ से आ रहे थे? Who were these workers? And from where were they coming from? Okay. So workers were coming from, they did not find work in the village. Village mein, the only work that was there in the village was agriculture. It's not like that. When agriculture was not happening at that time, the business, the work that was happening was artisans, craftsmen. These were also the village people. शहरों में इस तरह के लोग बहुत कम मिलते थे. तो ये village वाले ही लोग थे. The people who are staying in the village, though they are illiterate, but they are very creative people. Okay. Making new things, making such things which are absolutely unavailable in the cities. ऐसी चीज़ें बनाना, कारीगरी जिसको कहते हैं, ठीक है, craftsmanship, something that is called as craftsmanship was very nicely and very clearly found amongst the people who were staying in the villages. Okay. So 50% of workers in Bombay, like abhi we will be discussing it region wise. Bombay में these workers were coming from the district of Ratnagiri. Bombay was a city ना, तो workers who are coming, they were coming from Ratnagiri. Then कानपुर में workers कहाँ से आ रहे थे? Then कानपुर, most of the villagers, they moved between the village and the city. Most often mill workers कभी गांव में चले जाते थे, कभी शहर में आ जाते थे. Okay, so they kept on moving, these workers. So when harvest season was there, when festival season was there, then they used to go back to the village. Otherwise they were staying in the city and working in the factories. Good amount of salary was also there, and then there were big families. पहले क्या होता था ना, the families were quite big. So the culture of joint family was there. Suppose 4 or 5 brothers are there. 2 brothers आ गए शहर में काम करने के लिए. They are earning money in the city, and the other 2 brothers are staying back at home, and they are looking after the village land and agricultural practices. पैसा वहाँ से बड़े भाई कमा के ले आते थे. छोटे भाई ये अपने गांव में, in their own villages, they used to look after the agricultural work. This way the work balance was maintained very properly. Got it? The balance of the work that was maintained, that was very clearly visible in the cities. So this is there. Employment spread, people, all the workers, they traveled to the cities in the hope of work in the mills. And जैसे from the United Provinces, Okay, in the United Provinces is the UP. Okay, United Provinces, they went to work in the textile mills of Bombay and in the jute mills of Calcutta. United Provinces were not only, it's not only UP, it was united area between the some of the parts of MP, some of the parts of Bihar. All these places were included in the United Provinces. As the word itself signifies the meaning, it was United Provinces. Okay, so small places from different regions, अलग अलग जगह के ये small regions were there that were included in the United Provinces, and people from here went far off places. They needed job, they needed work, they needed money. For that purpose they started moving to the cities, and cities also needed them. ऐसा नहीं है कि इनको काम की जरूरत थी, सिटी में भी फैक्ट्रीज में काम करने वालों की कमी थी उस समय. And apart from that, the people who have been establishing the factories, they needed good amount of labor. So when these people from villages moved to the cities, initially they were welcome. लेकिन क्या हो गया उसके बाद तो भीड़ होने लग गई. I mean, only 10 workers are needed. In place of 10 workers, there were around 100 workers available. तो problem यहाँ पे it started. What were the problems? Just see, we will be discussing about it, children. Now, getting jobs was not an easy task. बहुत आसान तो नहीं था. And the demand for workers was continuously increasing. Okay, so the people who, I'm sorry children, just a minute. So the people who wanted work, they were moving to the cities. Entry into the mill was also restricted. So what did they do? They appointed jobbers. Factories were open. Britishers have invested money in opening the factories. Mind it, Indians were opening the factory, but they were doing it with the help of the Britishers. So the people who are employed in these factories, who will be appointing them? British तो आके नहीं खोज के लेके जाएंगे. So what did they do? They appointed a jobber. And what was the work of the jobber? To bring the workers in the factories. Okay. So the jobber was, who was a jobber and what was his job? That is what is mentioned here. He was an old and trusted worker. He got the people from his village. ये क्या किया? Jobber, the person who was appointed, he used to get lot of workers from the village. And workers में कौन होते थे? अपने ही भाई को, जो brothers and भतीजे, बहन के बेटे and all these people. If one jobber is appointed, तो अपने पूरे गांव को उठा के वो ले आते थे. I am just explaining in the simple manner, children. Okay. And jobber was a very authoritative and powerful person. Obviously, he is providing job to the people. He is the intermediate between the villagers and the Britishers. So, in a very short span of time, these jobbers became very powerful. And so obviously, power आ जाता है, then power makes you corrupt. Britishers appointed them to get the workers. Now, they used to tell the workers, अच्छा job चाहिए, चलो give me some money. Okay, चलो गांव जा रहे हो, गांव से मेरे लिए 2 बोरी चावल लेके आ जाना. These kind of favors. So favors and money they used to take from the workers. जिनको the people who were being appointed in the factories, jobbers made it sure that they make these workers do work for them also. So factory में workers, the number of workers was increasing, and there was a small proportion of total industrial workforce. Initially, when the industries were established, the people who were working, it was less in number. Okay. Now we'll see one source. And sources are always from the eyewitnesses or the people who have witnessed that era, who have seen that times, that how people were getting the jobs and what were the problems faced by them. Okay. So Vasant Parkar, he was a mill worker in Bombay. So he said that jobbers used to ask for money and get their sons work in the mill. The mill worker was closely associated with his village. physically and emotionally. Okay, so just now that I told you, he used to get all his relatives from the village to work in these industries, and he would go home, cut the harvest and for sowing, and Konkani would go home to cut the paddy and the ghati and the sugarcane, and it was an accepted practice for which the mills granted leave. So this was in general very prominent, that abhi workers jo, the people who are working in the industries, they were not actually workers or trained people. They were the people who have come from the village and they had their basic background as a peasant. Got it, children? तो उनको पीजेंट का काम पहले, their priority was their farmership. This source from where it has been taken from Meena Menon and Neera Adarkar. Both of them have written this book, 100 Years, 100 Voices. This book was published in 2004. Okay. Abhi, I can't say that from board point of view. It is very important because this chapter is not coming for board. So just for internal examinations also, you should keep this in mind. Now one very nice picture is given here, children. You can see how the ladies are working. Even the women were also employed in the factories, and look at the way women are involved in the work that they are doing. It is the cotton industry. So you can see all the spindle work that is being done. धागा निकालने का काम हो रहा है cotton से, and bales of this is made. Just see, spinning work, spinners at work at an Ahmedabad mill. Ahmedabad की ये फोटो है. This is a photograph from Ahmedabad. Okay, women work mostly in the spinning department. Spinning department सबसे ज़्यादा धागा बनाने का काम जो है, spin करने का काम, the women do it because more hard the work, it is expected from the women to do it. Yes, of course, children, it has always been a women power time, and women have been doing the work tirelessly and unrecognized. काम भी करते हैं और कोई उसमें वो नहीं मिलता है. As a woman, I am saying this, but that's the fact. That's the fact. The kind of work that women are involved in, the kind of efforts women take in for everything. अभी आपको क्या लगता है? These 4 ladies who are working here, I'm talking of this picture. ठीक है, I'm just discussing. क्या ये घर में काम नहीं करती होंगी, या क्या ये घर में खाना नहीं बनाती होंगी, या क्या ये बच्चों की देखभाल नहीं करती होंगी? They might be doing all the work along with this work. Okay, so the tough side of work, the tough side of any activity was being properly taken care by the women. Okay, one more source is here. Source E we have done. It was the statement by Vasant Parkar. Now source F is here, which is being said by Bhai Bhosle. Who was Bhai Bhosle? A trade unionist of Bombay. From Bombay he belonged. He recollected his childhood, 1930s 40s mein, like he was working in the mill, and just see how tough the working conditions were there. This is an eyewitness. This is a person who is sharing his experience of working in the factory. Got it? So in those days, shift was 10 hours a day. Working 10 hours a day is a tough job. 24 hours में से if you work for 10 hours, so from 5 p.m. to 3 a.m. is 9 shift. In those days, the shift was 10 hours from 5 p.m. to 3 a.m. Terrible working hours. My father worked for 35 years. And of course, the person who will be working for such a long time, he would be facing such certain body ailments. He would be suffering from certain diseases, na? Because the human capacity to work is for certain period of time. But this person's father is stretching himself to work. So when he is stretching himself to work, he would be facing, there would be health issues. And that is what he has pointed it out here. We need to understand what Bhai Bhosle is saying. Okay, it is from the same book. And Bhai Bhosle's father worked for 35 years, and then he was suffering from asthma. As a result, he could not stay back in the city, and he has to go back to the village. Okay, children. So now you see the problems of the industrialization. Industries are established. People are coming to work in these industries from the countryside, from the villages, and when these workers are coming, their priority is working in the factories, working in the industries, and whatever money is they are earning, they have to do lot of saving also. तो क्या होता है, they compromise on certain things. किस चीज़ पे compromise करते हैं? They compromise on their staying. एक ही कमरे में 10 लोग रह रहे हैं. On their food, they are having food for one time. They will not have food for 2 times. So when you work so harsh, in such harsh conditions, when you work in such tough situations, at that time you need to take care of yourself also. Otherwise, as usual, there would be medical problems. Okay, so to avoid the medical, because your priority is your body, until and unless you are fit and healthy, how will you work? Now this we will be studying in economics also. Economics may we have already studied that. Last year you might have studied, children. Remember 9th class mein, people as resource. Okay, when you use people as resource, it is the first thing, and the first priority is health facilities. People who are there in the cities, they should be healthy, and then only the workforce will be doing proper work. Now, peculiarities of Indian growth. Now just see, children, we have started the 5th topic, peculiarities of industrial growth. Some different kind of things that were happening in these industries. Industries may, the growth that was happening, there were some some irregularities were there. Something that was very different was there. वो क्या था, and what was the problem related to that? That is what is we will be discussing. इसमें ये था, the major thing that was here is that the European managing agencies, the European industries that were there, agencies, industrial production, they dominated. They wanted, because I have already explained in my previous videos also, because these people were absolutely money minded. They did not know how to compromise in the money matters. So when they want all the profit for themselves, so certain things were there which was not welcomed by the Indian people. आप अपना फायदा चाहते हो, no problem with that. People were ready to work for the Britishers. People were ready to share the profit for the Britishers. लेकिन there was another thing that was going on in the minds of the Britishers. अपना फायदा चाहते हैं लेकिन दूसरे का फायदा नहीं चाहते हैं. So here the problem started arising. Okay. Now just check. What did they do? They established tea and coffee plantations. I'm sorry, children. Tea and coffee plantations were established. And they acquired land, पूरा ज़मीन वो खरीद लेते थे at very cheap rates from the colonial government, and they invested in mining, indigo, jute, lot of places they were investing money. So all these products that were there, most of these products required primarily for export. I told you now, अपना फायदा चाहिए. They needed just their own benefit. All the material that is being manufactured here, it will be all taken to Europe. They want their country to be full of resources, and they were exhausting our resources. Got it, children? So at our cost, at our I won't say नुकसान तो मैं नहीं कहूँगी, but then at the condition of our involvement in all kind of a work, they were doing injustice to the Indian business people and to the Indian workers. So Indian businessmen, what did they do? They started setting up industries. Just see, children, it is mentioned here. They avoided competing with Manchester goods in the Indian market because yarn धागा जो था, the complete material that is made out of cotton was and not an important part of British imports into India. ठीक है, वो इंडिया में ऑलरेडी मैन्युफैक्चर हो रहा था, तो ब्रिटिशर्स डिड नॉट वांटेड दिस इन इंडिया, एंड द अर्ली कॉटन मिल्स दैट वर एस्टैब्लिश्ड इन इंडिया प्रोड्यूस्ड कोर्स कॉटन यार्न, थोड़ा थिक. ओके, यार्न देखो, द मीनिंग इज गिवन हियर, थ्रेड, धागा जो होता है ना, तो बहुत फाइन क्वालिटी का धागा यहाँ पे मैन्युफैक्चर नहीं हो रहा था. द कॉटन मिल्स इन इंडिया, दे वर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग थिक काइंड ऑफ yarn rather than fabric. So yarn was imported was only of very superior variety. बाहर से जो धागा आ रहा था, the yarn that was coming from outside was of very good quality. So the yarn that was produced in India, Indian spinning mills, was used by handloom weavers. बिकॉज लूम्स में आप जो हाथ से काम हो रहा है, हैंडलूम एज द वर्ड इटसेल्फ सिग्निफाइज द मीनिंग, हाथ से जो कपड़ा बन रहा है उसके लिए दे नीडेड थिक थ्रेड, कोर्स थ्रेड. ओके, सो हैंडलूम वीवर्स वेर मेकिंग इट इन इंडिया और एक्सपोर्टेड टू चाइना, ऑल दिस थ्रेड दैट वॉज प्रोड्यूस्ड इन इंडिया. तो वॉट हैपन बाय द बिगनिंग ऑफ द 20th century, फर्स्ट डेकेड ऑफ द 20th century, series of changes started affecting the pattern of industrialization. You know, the industrialization that was happening, the people were becoming more aware, they were understanding the over smartness of the Britishers, and now they thought that they would be competing with the British goods, the Indian business. I am talking about the Indian business people. They have made up their mind that they will give a tough competition to the British traders. How will they do it? So now comes the real Indian struggle with the Swadeshi movement. Word itself signifies the meaning, my dear children. Swadeshi, जो अपने देश में बना हो. One thing that is coming to my mind, I just wanted to share. कभी कभी ना ऐसे while discussing all these things, something that comes to my mind. One movement started in we are talking about the beginning of the 20th century. That is 1905-6 के आसपास ये शुरू हुआ था, और अभी फिर वो movement चल रहा है. Yes, we are battling with the foreign goods. All the foreign products we need to boycott, and again this is going to be an era of Swadeshi. ठीक है, you know, China के साथ what all tensions are going on. I just shared it. It came to my mind, so I shared it with you. So this era is again talking about Swadeshi. We need to use the products that are made in India, so that our money stays in our country rather than going to and giving profit to some other country. Got it, children? So industrial groups have organized themselves. They protected their collective interest because सबका नुकसान हो रहा था. So when everybody was facing losses, they thought, the Indians thought, now Indians started understanding that they need to come together. And from 1906, the export of Indian yarn to China declined. The yarn, Indian thread, coarse thread, the thick wala thread jo tha, some of them was used by the Indian handloom weavers, rest was exported to China. Lekin that also declined. Why? Because, you know, the companies, they tried to capture the market. Japanese have captured the Chinese markets. तो इंडिया के गुड्स की उनको क्या ज़रूरत थी? नाउ दे डिड नॉट नीड एनीथिंग फ्रॉम इंडिया. तो मार्केट्स वेयर फिल्ड विद द जापान के साथ इंडियंस कुड नॉट कम्पीट. सो इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट बिगैन शिफ्टिंग फ्रॉम यार्न टू क्लॉथ प्रोडक्शन. पहले खाली धागे मैन्युफैक्चर हो रहे थे, अभी उनको लगा कि खाली धागों से काम नहीं चलेगा. इन द सेम इंडस्ट्री वेयर द स्पिनिंग ऑफ यार्न इज डन, कॉटन से धागा जहां बन रहा है, there they can start manufacturing clothes. Okay, so cotton piece goods, cotton clothes, piece goods means कपड़ा जो है जिससे कपड़े बनते हैं. So 1900 to 1912 तक it doubled. whatever production was happening, suppose there was a production of 100 yarns, 100 meter of cloth, now from till 1912 वो 200 meter हो गया, मतलब the demand increased. And till the First World War, 1914. Children, now we are coming, gradually and slowly, na, we are moving in a sequence. Got it? So by First World War, industrial growth was very slow, and the war that was happening, it had created a new situation in India, because as you all know it very well that the Britishers were also involved in the war. तो अभी उनको इंडियंस की मदद चाहिए थी, तो British mills were busy with the war production. उनको they needed arms and ammunitions and all the goods that were needed to participate in the First World War. So suddenly they came to the Indian industrialist and they said कि we are busy manufacturing for war goods. So why don't you give your products to us? You sell your products to us. आप अपने गुड्स जो है वो हमको सेल कीजिए. तो Indian mills now got home markets because they were busy now. They did not want to capture the Indian market. They were busy in fulfilling their own requirements. अपने डिमांड्स पहले पूरे करेंगे, अपनी रिक्वायरमेंट्स देखेंगे ना, then they will turn towards the Indian industry. Okay, so war was going on, 1914 to 1918 the First World War carried on. So when the war situations are there, when war is being carried on, at that time, gradually and slowly, the Indian businessmen were increasing their business in leaps and bounds. Okay, children? So the Indian weavers, Indian factories, the Britishers have put up their demands because they needed war goods. So they said कि war supply us the material that is needed for war. क्या क्या चाहिए था? Jute bag, cloth for army uniforms, tent, leather boots, horse and mule saddles, host of other items. ठीक है, घुड़सवारी करने के लिए जो ऊपर में घोड़े के ऊपर में जो रखा जाता है, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज हॉर्स सैडल. वो नहीं सीट जिसके ऊपर मतलब घुड़सवार बैठता है, जो घोड़े पे बैठते हैं, द पीपल हु सिट ऑन द हॉर्स बैक. So the seat that is there is called as a saddle. Okay, so leather boots, horse and mule saddles, and host of other items, a lot of items were there that were being manufactured during this time. So new factories were coming up, were set up, old ones were running multiple shifts. So new workers were employed and everyone was made to work longer hours. तो क्या हुआ, when the war situations were there, warriors were there, industrial production boomed. Means Indian industries got maximum development during 1914 to 1918. Got it, children? So I'm stopping here. Just go through the video. In case you have any doubts, you are most welcome to discuss it with me, children. Thank you so much and all the best to you.